Hi everyone, and welcome to today's Cyber Seniors presentation on 2SLGBTQ plus streaming services. So we're going to be looking at today where you can watch 2SLGBTQ and queer content, TV, and movies. So in today's session, we'll be introducing 2SLGBTQ plus focused streaming services. So these are services that are pretty much exclusively delivering 2SLGBTQ plus content, but we'll also be talking about how to find 2SLGBTQ plus content on the big streaming platforms, places like Netflix, Amazon Prime, all those places. And we're going to also be talking about some free streaming services you can use to watch content as well. So first of all, let's start with the basics for those who might be newer to this concept. So what are streamers? So streaming services are services that offer access to thousands of TV shows and movies on demand. Generally, this is probably going to be a website or an app that you access this content through. So popular streamers include things like Netflix, CBC Gem, and HBO Go are all streamers. Generally, streamers might be, exclusively online content, so things you would think of like Netflix is just purely a streamer, but more and more traditional cable outlets, places like CBC and HBO, are moving some of their content or just adding additional online content and creating streaming services of their own around that. Case in point, CBC Gem and HBO Go. Now there also are, as I said, a handful of streaming services that exclusively house 2SLGBTQ content, but you can also find a lot of this content on these other platforms as well. And there's generally some pretty easy ways to seek them out or to categorize or search for certain categories of content. So first, we're going to talk about some of those streaming services that I said are kind of more 2SLGBTQ specific or focused. Those are Logo, Peer TV, Out TV, Wow Presents Plus, SVTV, and Fearless. So starting with Logo established itself back in 2005, and it is actually a cable network, right? You probably are familiar with it, designed specifically for the 2SLGBTQ community. Of course, it has, like many other cable networks, expanded to an online platform as well to deliver their content to people who don't have cable. And it has a diverse collection of queer content, whether that's scripted television and online exclusives. You can also it's a great place to go through older TV shows that feature LGBTQ storylines or content. But you can access it either through your cable provider or through streaming services, so it offers both options to you. Now, there are some free full episodes of certain shows that you can watch on Logo without some sort of subscription. So you can check that out if you want, but also, again, you can get Logo TV through a participating TV provider, or you can go and watch their content online. Now, Out TV is Canada's only national 2SLGBTQ TV network. And they post popular and new original series that celebrate and champion the 2SLGBTQ community. They have stuff like documentaries, 2SLGBTQ movies, and they'll feature a new movie every month on their service. And since it's a TV network, this is great if you have cable, but it is also available, as I said, kind of online. It can be added as an add-on to a Prime Video subscription or through Apple TV, and I think it's about $3.99 a month, so it's not very much, and you can just add it as an add-on to certain existing streaming services. I believe it should be available through Crave as well. Now, Wow Presents Plus features shows like Drag Race and Painted with Raven and Work the World. and a lot of originals, documentaries, and specials, and a lot of drag entertainment. It's really one of their big focuses. It's super affordable. It's about $6 a month or $65 for a year. One of its major selling points is that it gives you access to a lot of drag race content across the world, so kind of all the iterations, obviously the Canadian version or the US version, but all the other countries that have their own drag races, it should have them there. Now, you have always have the option of accessing content through any of those kind of exclusively 2SLGBTQ focused streaming services, but there also is a lot of content more and more on other streaming services, including Netflix, Prime Video, Apple TV, CBC Gem, and some of these services will even allow you to narrow down your search when you're in them to find only 2SLGBTQ content. So that's great. Netflix is among those, so I'm going to show you how that works right now so you can more easily find that content. All right, so we're going to use Netflix as our example, and we're going to start here by going into just a section. So we'll go into the movies section. Now, this process might look slightly different on each platform, but here we can go into movies, and then you'll see an option that allows you to select a genre. So we can click on genres, and we'll see that LGBTQ should be one of our genre options here on Netflix. Once we select here, we'll be given a whole kind of list of movies that involve LGBTQ storylines. Now, this is an option here on Netflix. This isn't always an option on all platforms to go into categories. So your other option will be to use the search bar to search for a type of content or genre. So here we can search LGBTQ, and we'll be given a bunch of content, but also a bunch of other kind of filters we can apply. Now, we can even get more specific. We can say type in lesbian, and we'll be given lesbian content, different lesbian movies, TV shows, and series. And we can, again, narrow down. Now, obviously, all of these streaming services we just went through have a cost. So if it's something you're not really ready yet to commit to, or else you just want to get some access to some free content, you can check them out. A lot of them should have free trials, and you can access whatever show you want to access, usually in that period, and then move on. It's also just a great way to test out a service to see if it has content you like and if it's something you actually want to continue to use and pay for. But do be careful if you do get a free trial. When you first sign up for it, you will generally have to provide payment information. And once the trial period ends, they just automatically charge your card. So if you do this and you're doing this to, check out services or whatever, once you sign up for the free trial, you should probably go ahead and cancel the subscription immediately. Generally, it will allow you to finish out the trial, so whatever time you have left, you'll still have access, but then it's just an easy way to not forget to cancel it before, they charge you for that actual first payment cycle, and it's too late. Now, we talked about some of those paid 2SLGBTQ streaming services, and we looked at some of the, paid just general streaming services and how you can access content there. But I do want to mention a few free services that really offer great 2SLGBTQ content and just content overall. So these are Canopy and Vimeo. Now, Canopy is a streaming service that is made available generally through your library card. So it will depend what area you are in and if your library subscribes to this service, but on there generally they have a really great selection of movies and documentaries, and they do have a category for LGBTQ content, so you can go and look through content there, and we'll look at that now. So here we are on Canopy. Now, Canopy operates both as a website and an app for phones and tablets, but we're on the website here, and that is going to be www.canopy.com. And this, like I said, works through your library card. So to start, we'll just click Get Started. And then here we can select, do you have a library card? It also gives you an option if you're a student, but we'll go through the library. And then it should allow us to search for a library branch, so we can select our home branch. I'm in Toronto, so here we are. And we'll select it. And then it's going to ask us to put in our library card number to create the account. Now, if you don't have a library card, usually you can apply for a digital library card, and it says need a card, apply here. So you can click on that, and it will take us through the process of signing up for a library card. But in my case, I already have an account, so you would just go in, create your account, make an email and password, but I'm just going to log in for now. So here we are now on the Canopy platform. We can see there's a lot of great content, and this is all going to be movies, documentaries usually, and stuff like that. But within here, if we go to the top kind of navigation bar, we should be able to go to a browse section. And then within this browse section, we should have a category that's LGBTQ, so we can click on that. And now we can see all of the queer content they have, and we can look at it there. So again, another great service with a lot of great content to choose from. And then there's also Vimeo. Now, Vimeo is generally a video service that houses a lot of short content, so a lot of short films, short documentaries, stuff like that. But it's a really cool place to check out interesting stories and shorts. So I would recommend it generally for anyone, but they also do have this great LGBTQIA+ voices section, which features a lot of queer content, shorts, and narrative shorts and documentary shorts, as I said, and it's just a great place to check it out. So I really do recommend that one, and we'll look at it right now to see what kind of stuff they have. All right, now here we are on Vimeo.com. Again, this is also an app. But I found this channel, LGBTQIA+ Voices, and they're just housing specifically queer content that we can check out, short content, narrative, and documentary. And Vimeo is just a great source for finding cool, interesting stories and shorts. And this channel is a great option to check out, but there's also a lot of other content on this platform, and you can use the search bar to find that content, to search through categories, but definitely a great source. All right, thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions at all about this topic, you can, of course, always call us at Cyber Seniors at 844-217-3057, or you can visit us online at www.cyberseniors.org, and you can check out any of our upcoming 2SLGBTQ focused and specific webinars at cyberseniors.org/2SLGBTQ. All right, thanks for listening, and we hope to see you again soon.